We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you.
The difficulties, and that's with all of the difficulties and all of the fake investigations and the Adam Shifty Schiffs. Can you believe this guy? He's got the smallest neck I've ever seen. And the biggest head. We call him watermelon head. I'd say, how could that big fat face stand on a neck that looked like this finger? How can it? It was the weirdest thing. It's a mystery. Nobody can understand it. But he's one of the most dishonest human beings I've ever seen. And you know how we can allow people like that to run an office is a shame, but we did. He was in charge of the witch hunt. You know, he was in charge of the fake witch hunt with Russia. It was a made-up story. Made up. Think of it. They make up a story. They know it's made up. It's gone on for 1.5 years, 2 years. Russia. I knew nothing about it. The only thing I knew was that I taxed the pipeline that I told you about, that I put all sorts of sanctions and everything else. They never had a problem like they had with me. But it was Russia, constant, as a method of, what they did is that was the complaint about why she lost an election, because crooked Hillary was expected to win the election. But they didn't see what we saw. We saw the biggest crowds in history gathering, only superseded by the crowds we just had. But here's a guy that goes out, and he goes to an intelligence hearing or whatever you might call it, and it's supposed to be secret. He'd walk out. He'd either make a call off the record, this is crooked Adam Schiff, Shifty Schiff. He's a shifty Adam. Or he'd just go out blatantly and have a news conference. And because it had to do with me and my family, he'd go out and have a news conference. And he said, now you've got to remember, he knows it's a hoax because he made it up with crooked Hillary. So he knows it's a hoax because we're dealing with human beings on the other side. He'd say, Donald Trump Jr., the son of the President of the United States, will spend many years in prison because of what he's done with Russia. Now, think of that statement on a human basis. I have a son, a young son, who is being told that he's going for prison on something he doesn't even know what they're talking about. He said, Dad, I don't know what's going on. They keep talking about I'm involved with Russia. I don't know anything about Russia, I swear to you, Dad. And yet, Adam Schiff goes out and makes a statement about a hoax that he made up, that he knows is false. How bad a human being do you have to be? They put my son and my family through that kind of trauma. These are bad people. These are sick degenerates. And
It was going on, y'all. Welcome back. Y'all are here with Van and Mika on Point Joint. How y'all doing? Hey, please do me a favor and hit the like button. That's the only price of admission for these live streams. Is to hit the like button. And if you're watching from an account that's not premium and an ad pops up, please do not skip it. Watch the ad for a brother. just sit there. Watch the daggone ad. Don't skip that ad. All right, so Trump is absolutely hilarious. What do you think about how he went in on Adam Schiff?
Oh, no, he's absolutely 100% correct. And even, what he's talking about with, the whole, they were going after the son. It's crazy because they said the same thing, right? That just happened to be Hunter Biden. So Hunter Biden gets charged and gets the whole pardon. And they were saying that about the Trump kids. So that's how you know the Democrats are. Anytime they say anything, they're projecting.
They're always projecting. Of course. I mean, it's how can they compare any of Trump's kids to Hunter at all? There's not one you can compare to Hunter.
Not even Don Jr. Because you know Don Jr. He live on the wild side a little bit, but not even Don Jr.
I mean, do you expect for one of his kids to be a rock star? I mean,
Well,
he still don't live like one. I mean, if you compare him to Hunter, you definitely can't
right,
compare.
right. That's why I said not even Don Jr. But I saw something last night where Ivana Trump,
Mm-hmm.
the mom, the
Uh-huh.
first wife, she said that she wanted to name her son Don Jr. And Donald Trump was like, nah.
For
And she
real? Why he say no?
the reporter says, well, why not? And he said, I mean, it's my name. She said, yeah, that's why it's Junior. He said, yeah, but what if he's a loser? And she's laughing, and the reporter's like,
Hold on.
if I'm
Hold on.
laughing, like, if my man would have told me that would have been hilarious. Because it's like true on one hand, but it's funny on the other. Eh,
That's hilarious.
roll with
I
the
mean,
dice.
but it's honest though. It's like extremely honest.
And that's what I love about Donald Trump. That's why I like, I like the story. And I mean, she even laughed. And it's her kid.
Yeah, that's over the top hilarious right there.
Man, the
Like that's
man is
something I would
funny.
say about my kids.
Yeah, yeah. The man is funny.
Yeah. What about what he said about Adam Schiff leading the J6 committee, and he should be arrested, but because he's, if I'm not mistaken, he has a preemptive pardon as well, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All of them. Pretty much everybody up there. The whole J6 committee and all the, other people around the COVID stuff. All of them have pardons. I
All
wonder
right.
why.
So the only thing he could do is talk about his neck. He can't arrest him.
No. And you know what? And I love it. Like I love it. Like you could talk about the serious factors, but you can always throw some digs in there. Because they have no problem with calling him the Cheeto man. He takes it.
Oh yeah,
They
they
talk
most
about
certainly
they talk
do.
about his hands. They like his hands are smaller than the rest of his body. He takes it. He doesn't get mad. But as soon as he says something, oh, he's a womanizer, he's a bigot, it's just like, oh my God.
Hmm. Well, I just now came across this other video on Adam Schiff, and it's saying that they believe that this brother should be arrested. I mean, and I keep on hearing that, but I keep on saying I'm a novice when it comes to politics. Some things, if it
Mm.
doesn't really intrigue me or it doesn't have to do with national security or the economy specifically, or something that directly hits me, I really don't tune into it, and I should, so that I'm abreast on all of the important everything. But I'm just not. I just don't pay attention to some things, man. So when it comes to Adam Schiff, that's the only reason why I'm asking you when it comes to this J6 committee, and they're saying that he should be arrested, but now they have something else on him. Let me show you this right here. You can sound off after. And guys, please hit that like button. That would be greatly appreciated.
Extraordinary step of convening this unprecedented hearing. We brought together both chambers of Congress, the Senate and the House, to conduct real oversight and to serve as a check and balance, to hold those who misuse power to account and to carry out our constitutional duty. Convening this hearing was not our first choice. We have tried to get our Republican colleagues to hold hearings, to do meaningful oversight, to assert Congress's authority as an independent branch of government. But to our great disappointment, our Republican colleagues have abdicated that important responsibility. They have stood by as the president has run roughshod over the legislative branch and turned Congress into little more than a rubber stamp. So today we'll hold the first of what we hope will be more bicameral oversight hearings. We will do the investigative work that our colleagues across the aisle refuse to do. We will expose the illegality, abuse, and corruption of this administration and within the Department of Justice. We will have brave witnesses speak to what's actually happening behind closed doors, how the Trump administration continues to try to intimidate them from speaking out, and why it matters to Americans across the country. The Trump administration is following a well-worn playbook. History serves as a guide and as a warning. In the 1930s, a Jewish lawyer in Berlin tracked in meticulous detail how Germany gradually became what he called a dual.
I'm sorry, I had to stop it real quick because look at his neck. It really is thin.
It is.
I mean,
It
in
is.
comparison to his head, like
It is. It is. It is. It's like if you take, a toothpick and an olive.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Why an olive though?
Because the toothpick is like so slender. And the olive is like, no matter where, if you do it vertical or horizontal, it's huge.
No, I was specifically talking about it like an olive versus a cherry. Like in the old fashioned, but you're talking about in the martini.
Yeah, I'm talking about a martini. A
Okay.
old fashioned.
An old fashioned, yes.
What kind of drinks is you drinking?
You don't know nothing about the old fashioned?
You up there with them? Child.
Man, you don't know nothing about the old fashioned. Oh man, come
No,
on, you missing out. You missing out. You missing out. How many people inside the chat drink an old fashioned? You tripping if you don't drink no old fashioned, man.
I'm not tripping. I don't drink an old fashioned. It's I don't really even drink martinis. You know me, tequila all the way.
Well, yeah, I just now started drinking tequila, but God gracious, man, old fashioned, smooth as I don't know what. Got that orange pill, man. What? Let me.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of those mixed drinks. So
okay, so you're saying right in front of in front of everybody that you got a drinking problem. That's what you're saying. We're gonna get to the bottom of it.
No, if I got a drinking problem, you got to. Never mind. Play the clip.
30s, a Jewish lawyer in Berlin tracked in meticulous detail how Germany gradually became what he called a dual state. First, to keep the country running, the ordinary legal system remained in place for most people. And yet, step by step, a parallel system of governance and law emerged, what one scholar called a lawless zone. A parallel system carry out the will of the leader and to go after his enemies, real or perceived, to punish, to reward, to co-opt, to intimidate, silence, or take over institutions that make a society free and vibrant, the courts, the lawyers, the universities, the press, even businesses. And over time,
let me tell you something. Hold on one second. I know that he was cooking. I know Adam Schiff was cooking. But so this whole video right here was about him forming a shadow government against. Hold on, let me show you this right here, just so you can know that what I'm saying is law. That's all you need to see is one person. Just let you know that it's law. And if you ain't see it, it's like 50 million.
But are you gonna pull up the person that said they like to have a tequila on the rocks?
I didn't even see that person.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Of course. Of course. Of course. Go ahead.
So that's him. So that was Adam Schiff, and they're talking about he's forming a shadow government against President Trump.
He's forming one.
Huh?
He's forming one. There's always been a shadow government. But see,
are we supposed to talk
have
about
you noticed? Have you noticed that they always do that? Everything that the conservatives used to say, now the left is saying. We used to be conspiracy theorists. Now they're talking about shadow governments and go ahead, man.
Well, people like myself would like to understand more, but I'm realizing that if you talk about too much on certain platforms, you can get your daggone volume turned down a little bit. That's why I like to talk about most of my things on certain platforms. And I ain't gonna say which is which. All I'm gonna say is I ain't gonna talk about too much on here. Because when you platform somebody like Alex Jones, who talks about the things that other people are not supposed to talk about on these platforms, or Dan Bongino, or too much Russell Brand, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and Russell Brand has like transformed because he used to be a raging liberal.
Yeah, he was a rock star. He still is.
Nah. Are you talking about a
Please.
rock star or a raging liberal?
I'm talking about rock star.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he a
But
rock star.
yeah, I remember he used to get with Katy Perry. You know, I'm a pop girl. Yeah. I just don't like Katy Perry's ideas, but her music I used to love when I was a kid. But yeah, he's changed a whole lot. Like a lot of those people on the left that switched over, they're saying the same things now. And now the left is taking heed to those same type of terminologies that they cancel people like Alex Jones for.
Do you like Adam Schiff?
No. I don't I don't really know a Democrat I like. I had to think
You
about
don't
it.
know one? What about AOC? If looks can kill, ladies and gentlemen. If you could, you're gonna see this is something that you're gonna watch this back and you're gonna say, I think I looked at him a little too mean, and I might want to apologize.
I'm already on an apology tour.
You're on the apology tour.
I'm in a dog house already. Add something else. Go ahead.
Why? For something we talked
Okay.
about last week.
What we talked about last week?
Was it a couple of days ago? It was something we talked about a couple of days ago. It was Monday. It was Monday when you said something that you weren't supposed to be saying, and then
No,
the
I don't
chat.
say nothing I wasn't supposed to be saying. I say what I said. But I'm always open to talk.
Hey, Bill Lee, thank you so much, man. I seen so many people, all of you all saying that Old Fashions is absolutely amazing. I appreciate it, y'all understanding what I'm talking about. Like I have a good palate. I have a rich palate. You know, rich palates like Old Fashions that cost $13. And when you leave a tip, slap that 20 down there. You know what I mean? Big time.
What drink? Where are you going that drinks are $13?
Crab boat.
Somewhere we hear gunshots.
That's neither here nor there. All right. That's neither here nor there. All right, so Pam Bondi. I want to show y'all this right here. Apparently, Pam Bondi announces that the Justice Department is pulling all non-essential funding from Maine's Department of Corrections for allowing a fully grown man to be held in a women's prison. A fully grown man got arrested for unaliving both of his parents and then stabbing a dog. This Negro stabbed the damn dog. He is a demon. He is Satan Christopher.
Who is Christopher?
Lucifer.
I'm just listening to you. And they put that person in the prison with the women.
In the prison with the
Wow.
women. So now Pam Bondi is pulling all their funding. Y'all watch this right here. Please make sure you hit the like button. I don't know if all of you have so far, but make sure you do. Thank you very much.
Yeah, what's happening there is they're not abiding by what President Trump said. They're allowing men and women's sports. And in the case right now, what we did last night, some breaking news, we pulled all non-essential funding from the Department of Corrections in Maine because they were allowing a man in a woman's prison. A giant 6'1", 245-pound guy who committed a double murder with a knife, stabbed his parents to death and the family dog, and he identified as a woman.
Told you.
What'd I say? What'd I say the other day? They be 6'5", wingspan. They just don't want to go in there with those dudes.
Yeah, be like, I'm a woman. I
Like,
identify as a
even
woman.
though I don't agree with the whole, I identify with a woman. If we're going to do these things, I needed to look the closest to a woman. That tells me you were trying before you got in trouble. Because what it seems like to me, you don't want to go in with the men and the real criminals and the thugs. And now you get out with the women. You remember this happened in New Jersey?
You talking about what a brother got arrested and he impregnated a couple of the women inside of
Yes,
the,
yes,
yeah.
yes. All he had to say was, I identified as a woman, and he got everybody in there pregnant. I don't care if you identify as a woman. If you have a thing and it works, you're not a woman. I don't care what it's dressed like. That's crazy. And
He
now this
gained.
person just killed their parents and the dog, and you don't think it wouldn't do any harm to women.
This is absolutely insane.
5-pound guy who committed a double murder with a knife, stabbed his parents to death and the family dog, and he identified as a woman. So they were letting him be housed in a female prison. No longer. We will pull your funding. We will protect women in prison. We will protect women in sports. We will protect women throughout this country. No more of that.
It's unbelievable that we're still dealing with this issue. It seems like the American people have spoken on this issue, but the resistance campaign continues.
Yeah, what's happening there is they're not abiding by what President.
I heard that earlier today, and I promise you, I didn't know what the hell to say. Honestly, I'm used to, and it's unfortunate that I'm used to hearing about people unaliving their parents. That's crazy. It's like they've softened the blow so much that when these type of things happen, okay, sounds regular degular now.
Yeah, because I remember like going back and watching those old cases from the 90s. Like I watch a lot of like cold cases, and it was like you guys had like the Menendez brothers, and you know, you have to actually, like, those were like big cases because it was rare. Nowadays,
Ain't nothing rare.
you be like, okay, yeah, okay. And you'd be surprised if it's not on social media. Like that guy who killed his girlfriend or his wife or something like that.
Uh-huh. Oh
And
yeah.
mhm.
You
And
seen that, right?
yes, and he put it on social media. He got out of his car and everything. He was like, I'm going in. I'm like,
Wait. Are you talking about the black woman and the white
the
guy?
black guy. Yes.
So
Mhm.
before he went in the house, he already said
He
what he's
said he
going to
was
do,
going in. He explained himself and said he was going in.
and then set up the phone and get out of here.
She opened the door, and that was it. And then he killed himself. These people are nuts. That's why you can't befriend everybody. You can't talk to everybody. You can't do all that stuff.
That made me sad a little bit. That
What, that story?
yeah.
Why?
I should be sad from the first story of the man/woman.
But you become numb to it. That's the problem. So now that you've become numb to it, you're just like, it is what it is, unfortunately. Like that's why they do it. That's why they continuously put stuff on television, or they continuously put trans kids in front of you so you can get used to seeing it. So you can get used to seeing young men be in certain spaces that they shouldn't be in with grown gay men. You get what I'm saying? Like they do this so you're numb to it and you be like, oh, it's regular. It's not regular.
Oh, it ain't regular at all. Not one bit.
Yeah.
I've seen so many damn videos on X that's not supposed to be online. I'm talking about actual snuff films You know what I mean? Because what you're talking about right now is essentially that. That's essentially that. If somebody's taking their phone and saying, this is what I'm about to do, and then they set up their phone and they do it on the video, and you see the entire thing happens, and this happens all the time now. And I'm gonna let y'all know, just in case y'all thinking that X is Wild Wild West and it only happens on X, that's not the truth. That's not the truth. I promise you. I was I'm a part of I'm following this business page. And I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but I'm following this business page. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's a business page. Every day they put out business motivation. Get back to it, lock in, stop paying attention to stuff that don't make no sense. That type of stuff to keep you driven, keep you going, keep you in flow state, if you will. Some of you understand that, some of you don't. But I will. Now I'm just saying. And then one of the videos will pull up on that same Instagram channel, and it be a straight up butterball naked stuff happening.
And they allow it?
And they allow it.
But then want to silence you when you talk about certain things. Isn't
Yes.
that crazy?
Yes.
And then want to talk about privacy and all that when
Yes.
Meta has all the privacy. TikTok has all the data.
Happens on TikTok too. You'll see some crazy videos, but as soon as you go to duet it, like do a side by side so you can share it to your community, or do some type of share or something like that, you will get dinged for it. But the originator, the person that posted it for first, nothing happens to them, and the video stays up. But you violate all community
That's
guidelines.
the other thing. Like you can post a video and they'll say you violated something. And it's just like, but I reposted something.
I reposted it.
It's the wildest thing ever. It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. So as far as Pam Bondi, pulling all funding from them, all funding from Maine, can they do anything about that? Can they take Trump to court and get funding back? Or
they probably will. The lady said the last time Trump told her she better do it, that she was going to see him in court. They probably will. Trump wants them to go to court. Trump wants everybody to go to court. I assure you, he wants everybody to go to court. Because if everybody goes to court, then he can say when he wins, this is legal. You can't fight it.
Yep.
And that's what they don't like. That's why they don't like the whole SCOTUS thing. That's why, they already knew it was illegal, what they were doing with the district courts. AOC said it, right? She said, I don't know why Joe Biden's listening to district courts anyway. They're the district courts. They have no power. Now, all of a sudden, when Donald Trump does something, the district courts magically have power. Okay. And the Supreme Court said negative.
Wow. All right. Now for this next joint that I want to share with y'all, have you heard about this one? I don't think you heard about this one. All right. So there's a high school in Milwaukee called Cristo Rey High School. What had happened was the former security coordinator named Fernando Bustos was criminally charged after allegedly being caught with over 400 videos of girls changing inside of their bathrooms in the school. So they're saying that parents are lashing out right now at school administrators, demanding answers for why it took weeks. It took weeks after the police already knew about it for the parents to find out. So police were initially called on February 19th, but parents say they didn't find out until March. Bustos pleaded not guilty after the allegations, but all of the stuff was found on him. They said he produced hundreds of videos with a hidden camera at the Jesuit High School,
Jesuit? Jesuit?
Huh?
Jesuit?
Jesuit? Is it Jesuit?
I wasn't gonna say anything until you hit the sweet. When you hit the sweet, I said no, I can't let him go out like that. It is I don't know nothing about sweet, but you my homie. I'm not gonna let you go out like that.
Don't be trying to embarrass me in front of the people. I see what you're trying to
I
do.
was so quiet.
Did you
I
mean
wasn't supposed-
sweet?
When you hit the sweet, I said, huh, you said it again. I let it ride. You said it again. I said, that's my man. I can't do this.
Come on, you ignorant Negro.
Baby, flipped it up. Sweet, just sweet.
She over there
You
looking
was
at me.
almost French.
See, this is the thing. She's over here side eyeing me like, "Come on, you can do it. You can do it."
We were all rooting for you.
Oh man! All right, so that took away all of the vigor of my reading of what was going on in that story right there. Wow. So check this out though. So the teachers, hold on. So check this out. So so they went there to go address this issue, and the staff stopped them from leaving out.
What?
You will see it. Y'all check this out. Hit the like button. All right. So it looked like they went out there to go fisticuff. They was trying to find that brother.
So what was happening? They were blocking him from going out the door?
Yeah. So right in the beginning, when they were walking out, this one guy comes running from the back and stops everybody from going out. See, that's him right there. You see him in the like trying to walk out right here, holding the bag.
Uh-huh.
So then before he can walk out, this brother runs from way behind here. You see him? Like he runs from behind everybody.
Yeah, everybody saw the dreads and was like, nope.
And then he blocked the door so he wouldn't be able to leave. And then they started to talk to him.
Good. That's when it's teachers, dads, family members, anything like that, and you break the trust, it's horrible. It's so horrible. Like, and I'm very sensitive when it comes to children. Like, I don't like any type of harm on children. I don't care, high school, middle school, elementary, whatever. In the womb, all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just
I don't like any of that. I don't like any of that. Like, my thoughts on what Iris should get.
You said your thoughts on what?
My thoughts on what Iris should get. I can't be president. Arists, pedos, anybody like that, I can't be president. Because I would not spend not one American tax dollar on housing them.
So what you saying? You'll take them all out?
All of them. Old fashioned style. All of them. Yeah, no. You touch a child, you take things from women, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You take things from women and children. Nah, no, you do not deserve to live. I don't care. I don't care.
I'm with you. If you can prove that they are um, absolutely guilty without the shadow of a doubt, absolutely. Take them up out of here. Gun line, boss. Line them up.
But see, that's the other thing that I like. That's one thing that I like about our system, and then that's another thing that I don't like about our system, right?
What
Because
about it?
those type of people, they eat up appeal after appeal after appeal after appeal, and they're there for 20 years, right? And someone's child has been gone for so long, and they're waiting all this time to get justice, and some of them don't even make it to see it. Meanwhile, you get 3 hot meals and a cot.
What if we get it wrong?
There's a lot of times you get things wrong. But
You don't care.
that's
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like
a
Ray
lot of
J.
times we get
In my Ray
there's a
J
lot of
voice. Wait a minute. In my
right,
Ray
I know
J
you.
voice. Wait.
There's a
Wait.
lot of times we get things wrong. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't have an appeals process, but the problem is, like I said, those who even the ones that are guilty, right? They get all types of breaks, appeals, whatever. I want to lighten my sentence, all that good stuff. It's just always something. And I don't feel like these people, I don't feel like people who exhaust all that should even have life. Like if you exhaust all of those appeals, I think you should be done. Like done. I don't think anybody should be spending life in prison. Like if you murder somebody and we can prove that you murdered them, why are we wasting tax dollars? I just don't see it. Like I don't see it. And
When you got the,
it's not like we have them doing what they used to do back in the days, big rock, little rock. They're not they're
you
not
want
doing
them to be
anything.
on the you want them to be on the chain gang?
What are we doing
You
other
want to
than
be stacking
housing them?
stones?
We're spending money to house criminals. Like this person's a menace to society. Like I think you should look at rehabilitation like rehabilitation. If there's somebody that you can rehabilitate, fine. But if you can't, why are we housing them? Why? Like I watch lockup. There are some prisons where the most monstrous type of people.
Well, you
They're
know
in
why
24-hour lockup.
it's because they make money off of them. That's a even longer conversation. You know that.
Oh yeah,
They
the
benefit off
Democrats.
them.
The
So,
Democrats in their private prisons.
oh yeah, they definitely benefit.
Their school to pipeline.
Nanny says, if you got a thing, you go in the thing prison. That's from the first joint. If you got a thing, you go in the thing prison. That means if you're a
Yeah.
boy, you need to be
Yeah.
with the boys.
You remember the gay guy who became like real famous because I knew what's coming.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
The gay guy who became so famous when they had the kids, they used to scare straight. And one of the guys was like extra gay. He had a little haircut and he kept doing this and all that. But he was like a gangster, and he was telling the boys, like, you want to come in here, you gonna be somebody's girlfriend. But what I'm saying is, if the gay men that are extra feminine can go into the male prisons, why can't the transgenders?
Yeah,
What's going to
absolutely right.
happen to the
100%.
transgenders that's not going to happen to the extra feminine gay men that go in there?
I mean, if you one block away from being a girl, so you say, then you
What's
should
one
love
block away
prison.
from being a girl?
Hmm?
What's
A,
one block away from being a girl?
a dude that claimed that he's a woman so that he can be in the women prisons. Okay, you're a woman, then hey, you about to be in Candyland for the next 10 years. All the candy you want. Because you're going to the
You
men's
you should
prison.
be fine. The streets is calling.
Yeah, well, you're going to the men's prison. Let's go.
Exactly.
Have some
Exactly.
fun.
It's BS and it's a loophole because why would that person in New Jersey get all those women pregnant?
This is why. I can explain why. Picture this. He's in prison. They like, girl, did you get it cut off? No, I didn't, girl. So that thing still work? Yes, it do, girl. I ain't felt one of those in 4 years. How much would it be for you to let me feel that one? Girl, you better stop. You know I don't go with them, girl. I can't speak that language very well, but I'm just saying, if you and they like, he's like, I don't go that way anymore because I'm a girl, just like you. I'm a girl, and he was like, but you still got that, and we want to use it.
I'm sure
So
that's some of it.
yeah, so
And I'm sure the other is he's a man.
he's a man, and he wanted to, and he was
Exactly. He's a man and yeah. So my point. Yeah, that's it. Send those people with their chromosome equals. XYs go with XYs, XX go with XX. That's it.
okay. Okay.
Start doing jail by DNA.
All right, so I got one more joint to throw in front of you. I want to hear what you have to say about this. All right, guys,
Okay.
make sure you hit the like button. This right here is see, Bex, look. Bex said I'm not very good at a gay voice. Well, did you expect me to be? Did you expect me to?
You don't even got the little twang, nothing. That proves that you good. You good.
Wow. So a man got to prove that he good. He can't just be a man no more.
I ain't say all
Wow.
that. You twisting my words. Look at you.
So check this out. A police pulls a FBI agent over. A police pulls an FBI agent over. FBI agent has his badge and everything. Watch what they do. Tell me if the cop was wrong, and we're gonna be done after this.
What is this? Is this fake?
Federal agent.
This arrogant police officer didn't know that he had pulled over an FBI agent. The cop treated him disgustingly by harassing him, but when he realized what he had done, it was already over.
Favorite, open all the windows.
What?
Open all the windows. You want me to make your life difficult? Because I love making people's lives difficult.
Really?
There you go. I just did that. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Okay.
You can call your supervisor.
Are you deaf?
You call your supervisor.
Oh, there's no supervisor.
There's no supervisor.
No, there is no supervisor. Put your hands up there.
I got a gun on my side.
Okay. Where's the gun?
Please.
Where's the gun?
On my
Where's the
right.
gun?
Right hand.
Okay.
On my right hand.
For my safety and your safety, we're going to do this today, okay? Oh, you have a license to carry this?
We're in Florida, right?
Do you have a
I sure enough do.
It's called a concealed carry permit.
Listen, my license is around my neck.
Oh,
I carry it around my neck.
what is this? Is this fake? A lot of people like to act like they're cops.
Federal agent.
Oh, right. Where's the ID?
Federal agent.
Okay.
So now my badge don't even make a
Lean
difference.
against. So you're cop. So why wouldn't you tell me?
Yo,
You been drinking today?
Drinking, sir. We don't drink.
I smell alcohol emanating from the vehicle.
Actually, we're doing an investigation on. You didn't call your sergeant here, neither.
There's
So
no
it's the
sergeant.
thing that we supposed to do here, right?
Okay. You could have just identified yourself as
When I showed you my badge and you grabbed my badge, you still didn't believe it was real.
because people impersonate officers all the time.
I'll make sure when I see your charger, we'll make sure.
Well, we don't have to go that far, okay?
No, we won't. We'll go farther than that. We'll make sure we talk to them. We'll make sure we do a lot of things on this. I'm pretty sure you probably have other offenses against you. But you have a nice day. I continue having mine.
Listen.
I appreciate you, sir.
Listen.
Sir, I appreciate you.
He walked right. He said, "Fuck."
That's what he gets. That's what he gets. That's what he gets. I thought that was awesome. I'd sped off on him too. I'd have been like, I feel violated. I want to sue.
Would you call Ben Crump and say it's because I'm black? You wouldn't have played that card?
Even if I did, I would not call Ben Crump.
You wouldn't have had to. He would have showed his black greasy ass up there. Quick,
he wouldn't have showed up for me. He wouldn't have showed up for me. He would have viewed my videos and been like, we can't represent her.
Oh yeah, quick. They would have looked at your social media and be like, nah.
They don't, people of color that are conservative aren't real people of color. So he wouldn't have been, he wouldn't have did that for me.
But you like the way the cuz clapped back and represented himself.
I mean, the guy had a daggone badge around his neck. All he had to do was really look at it. Right? And then on top of that, when you have your badge, you also usually in your wallet have the ID that goes with it. The guy's a dick. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Young guy was a jerk. The other guy he's just a jerk.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I mean, what can you do with that? He would have did that if he was a police officer or not. It just so happened that this guy is a federal police officer. But this is how he normally is. And the guy was right. He probably does have other offenses. He probably has other, he's probably been written up a couple times. I like how you try to put that I smell alcohol in there. Yeah. Now that you know that yeah. I'd have been like, yeah, my man, go ahead, give my keys. Go ahead, give my keys.
Give my keys, bro. Slap the hell out of you. I smell alcohol on your breath. Nah, no, you don't.
He's like, no, we don't. Nah, champ. Yeah, you in trouble.
I ain't got no problem with my police officer not trusting the bad guy. Yeah, so what? You got a gun? You got a badge? Or you expect me to believe that's a real badge? You expect me to believe that?
I understand the precautions. How he did it was ridiculous. All that patting he was doing, all that market, like it's just stupid. Like when he asked him a question, guy's trying to ask a question, he's no. Did you hear what I said? I'm like, what are we?
Just been an
what
ass
is that?
For no reason.
Yeah, like it's stupid, right? Okay, yeah, for your protection, for my okay, cool, but now go look for the information. So that's just my thought on it.
Well, Rock said, to be fair, there are realistic fake badges. So
correct. That's why I said I understand. I understand, wanting to take precautions. It happened here in DC. Remember the guy that was on the 14th Street Bridge pulling people over?
Oh yeah.
He had the fake cop lights and stuff.
And it was this one
and then
that
he
was
happened to pull over a Capitol police officer.
Yeah. They just now caught this one dude last year who was black guy who was arresting women and letting them go if they let them smash. And a few times it worked. Yeah. You looking at me like you don't believe me. Why would I lie? Why would I lie?
I don't.
See,
like that's crazy.
That? I'm gonna send it to you later.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, you don't have it? Okay.
Nah, because it's 6 o'clock. So I told you I was gonna keep it. I was gonna keep it. Boom. All right. But yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. This has been On Point with Van and Mika. You got anything for them before we roll out?
No, it's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. I'm sure we'll have
hump day.
Plenty to say. Yeah. Is it hump day for you?
I think it's hump day. This Wednesday is hump day. It used to be. The commercial used to say it.
It used to be for you, you said?
No, the commercial used to say it's hump day. It was a camel inside of the commercial. Oh, you are done? Oh, my bad. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way out the door. If you tuning in later on in the video and you haven't seen the beginning, go watch the joint and do not skip the ads. Thank you very much. If you like any content creator and you enjoy their channel, do me a favor, watch their videos all the way through, like them, like the videos, and do not skip the ads. That's extremely helpful for the content creators that you support. All right. That's pretty much all. And also all of my blues, thank y'all so much for helping out as much as you did. Michelle, thank you so much for the super chat. You're absolutely phenomenal. And thank you everyone for tuning in to On Point with Van and Mika. And if you want to do some content creation, make sure you check out this ad that is coming up right here. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.